Hello everyone, my name's Frank and I'm glad that you're here. When we're working in a Microsoft Teams environment, we may want a subset of team members to have conversations that the rest of the team can't see. For example, let's say I'm an instructor and I have several people that are assisting me in preparing lesson plans. I might not want the students to see those preparation steps or even see any of the lesson planning prior to it being brought into the main channel. At the same time, I don't want to have to set up another team, and I don't want to have to go and use private chats, and I don't want to have to use an email thread to do this. So how can I keep those conversations related to the team, within the team, but private from people that don't need to see them? Well, private channels is the answer to that. In this video, I'll show you how to create some private channels, and it's quite straightforward to do and very, very useful. Teams is great for organizing around a project or an event. So here we have the North Coast Trail hike that we're going to plan out. And if I go into the ellipse on the side here and manage this team, you'll notice that I have myself here as the owner of this particular team, and I have 5 other members of the team. These are all members of the teams. I can also invite in guests, but that's another video. But let's say for some reason that I want to create a channel here within this team, but I don't want everybody to be able to see that channel. Now, the reason I might want to create the channel is, first of all, I want to keep that channel associated with this particular hike, with this particular project. So I could use a chat to have a private conversation with one of these members, but then I'm going to have to, maybe we're members of several different hikes, so I need to always constantly be remembering which hike we're talking about. Whereas if I put a channel in here, I know that we're talking about this specific hike. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's say Bruce and we're going to handle the financial aspects of this plan, of this hike. So I'm going to go in here, I'm going to add a new channel in here. So we'll add a channel and we'll call this financial plan. So we'll have the financial plan for the hike, and only Bruce and I are going to talk about the financial plan. We don't want the other members seeing it. So by default, every channel I create is standard, which is accessible to everybody on the team, but I'm going to make this a private channel. And when I go into here, I can then select who's going to join me on this particular private channel. So I'll go in here and I'll add Bruce. So now I put Bruce in here and we'll add him in. Notice also that when Bruce gets added in, he can be added in as a member. I can make him an owner of this channel. He's not going to be an owner of the team. He's just going to be an owner in this channel. So I can go in there and then he'll get elevated privileges to be an owner of this channel. You'll also notice that the channel now has a lock next to it. So that's indicating that it's a private channel and all of the other members will not see that channel. And now if I go in there, you'll see if I go into the Manage channel, I can see that Bruce and I are both owners of that channel and that we currently don't have any members or guests. Maybe, for example, I have somebody who's in charge of authorizing purchases. I could invite them into this channel as a guest. They wouldn't be part of the main team. They would just be part of being a member or a guest within this particular channel. It's a really handy way to isolate this conversation, but still keep this conversation related to this specific project. And if you go into here and manage the channel, you'll notice that Bruce is not an owner of this channel, but he's just a member, but he is an owner of the financial plan channel. So this is a very useful way of creating some privacy, but still keeping everything themed towards a specific project, class, or what have you. I use this quite a bit in teaching, where I'll create a few private channels for me and my educational assistants, so that if we need to talk about our plan for the day or we need to talk about planning for this particular class, we can have a conversation, and we also get all the benefits of the conversation in the channel. We can add files in there. So for example, in this particular one, the financial plan, I could add an Excel spreadsheet in here that nobody else can see except Bruce and I, and that becomes a very useful way of having some privacy. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that was useful to you, and if it was, hit the like button, subscribe, and share with colleagues. I have lots of videos on this channel to help you use technology to learn and teach better, so I hope you'll check out some of the other videos that I have right here somewhere. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next videos.